very exciting one. And as you see, it's the city of Aarhus. Right there in the middle is the cathedral, which is the tallest and longest in Denmark. But it's a beautiful city. It's very easy to walk. Grania Sommerville joins me in the commentary, and it is really pretty and nice, and everyone's quite young and cheerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a stunning city. You know, out and about, the architecture, the diversity of old and new, and you know, the different painted buildings. It's such a pretty place to be around, with the seaside right there as well. So.
Yes, it is got a little bit of everything. It's got, you know, the city center, it's got forests and parks for greenery, and it's got a lovely marina and waterfront.
So it's no wonder it's the second happiest city in the world with a backdrop like that.
Absolutely. And the locals love it. I was talking to some of the locals who obviously working in the tournament, and they say they've always called Aarhus home, no matter where they go in the world, no matter where they're based or reside. Aarhus is home. And it's understandable because it's really welcoming, and the people are really friendly out on the streets. Just beautiful scenics. It is the Queen of Denmark's favorite city.
Ah.
Yes, she loves coming here for her summer vacation, and her palace is just down the road, if I can
just
say.
down the road.
Everything is a 5-minute walk in Aarhus, so it's just down the road. There's the town hall, designed by the famous Danish architect Arne Jacobsen, and it's really a modern wonder, and it lights up very prettily at night as well. So yeah, lots of lovely things to see, and if you ever plan to visit and stay longer, this is going to should be on your list of things to do in Denmark.
Definitely a beautiful place of the world.
And we are of course waiting to get action underway. Ratchanok Intanon there, she has joined the team, and she came a few days earlier, and will be probably involved in Team Thailand's knockout participation. She was so important in their 2018 triumph, where they really surprised everyone by reaching the finals. You know, beating China impressively in that semi-finals. I think that's one of those matchups that if you're a badminton fan, you will always remember.
Yeah, the women's singles is just so strong and really has that depth that pulled them through in that year of the Sudirman Cup, that year of the Thomas and Uber Cup. So hopefully they're looking to replicate that, or even do better here this year.
Yeah, Ratchanok Intanon then in that semi-final against China. There she is. Beat Chen Yufei, the Olympic gold medalist, and she beat her in 3 games, I remember. And then you had, it was a really impressive tie, because Kititharakul and Prajongjai, who we're about to see shortly, lost to Chen and Jia, so it became 1-1. And then you had Nitchao and Jindapo, who defeated Gao Fangjie to give Thailand the edge, of course. Huang and Tang then defeating Supajarakul, so they lost both their women doubles ties to make it 2-2 before Busana and Ongbang Rumpan sealed the D in epic fashion, defeating Li Shuirui in 2 games. And I remember the celebrations, I remember them going nuts on the court. It was such a lovely thing to watch.
And this is in their homeland as well, of Thailand, so
the crowd was going wild.
A lot of support.
A lot of drums beating and cheering and chanting. So, it is, a lot of that team has been retained, which is why I think they would be really hoping that this could be the edition where they take it one step further.
Yeah, they still have, like, Ratchanok, and now Pompawi is a big feature in their team, who we just saw, and Busanan as well, that won that 3rd singles. She'll be coming up later in the 2nd women's singles, and then they have a lot of young talent, Supanita and Chaiwan, who we saw sitting with Ratchanok just before.
Yeah, and even in the women's doubles, they're young up-and-comers. So it's a very solid team. And if you look at, before the tournament, there was a lot of talk about China and Japan being the Uber Cup favorites, because they have, a strength and depth. But if you look at Japan and the women's doubles troubles they've had recently, with injury and Okuhara also not coming on board, so they're a little bit shaky.
Yeah, I think post-Olympics, a lot of teams, there's a lot of changes within teams. People need a break or they're retiring and combinations get mixed up. So the timing of this tournament is quite interesting with, seeing what teams will put forward in their ties and, yeah, kind of the form that players are in as well after everything that's been going on in the past 2 years.
Yeah, and you've seen a few upsets or a few shake-ups in this tournament through the two Thomas and Uber Cups. Indonesia, for example, the women's team struggling a little bit. Indonesia men's team also, they're in a tough group, so they've had some big battles. And the Danish team have been put through the test, the men's team, who are, of course, one of the favorites because this is home soil and they have a point to prove. So that, the assurance that if you're a favorite before the tournament, it's not going to be the same way as, as the tournament progresses, because you then have to soak up that pressure that comes with that tag and deliver. But Team Thailand, I think, underdogs definitely here to do very, very well. Just amazing quality in their lineup. Team India, it's promising for the future.
Yeah, they have a young team, especially in this lineup today. So they have a lot of, promising young girls that can really develop over this next few years, and potentially some future stars in the making. We've seen Sindhu come through over the last few years and win those 2 Olympic medals. So I'm sure a lot of these girls in the team will be looking to follow in her footsteps.
Yeah, you're just seeing shots of the Sarah's Arena, which is where the badminton is taking place in Aarhus. Is the indoor facility, which is part of the Aarhus Sports Park. It's about 5,000 seats in this arena that are slowly filling up. I'm sure it won't be full capacity because the times are such, but it's good to see the badminton enthusiasts come out and support their favorite players.
Some school children in the crowds today,
Yeah,
it looks like.
Exactly.
Nice little excursion, get out of the classroom and watch some badminton. I would be happy with that.
And the officials are coming out here on court 2 as we get ready to continue the action in the Group B tie in the Uber Cup between Thailand and India. They've won their first women's singles rubber between Ponnappa Chochuwong and Malvika Banswar. Ponnappa winning 21-15, 21-11. And so it's time now for the first of the women's doubles to get the show on the road, as the players prepare to come out. Now, this will be a battle between 2 of the most impressive women's doubles pairs on tour. We've got Jongkolpan Kititharakul and Prajongjai of Thailand, who are ranked in the top 10 in the world and have been very impressive these past few years for the Thai team. They were part of the team that, of course, got the silver medal in the 2018 edition of the Uber Cup, and they'll be looking to do more of the same, if not better here. And then for Team India, it is their experienced pairing and the very, very impressive pairing of Ashwini Ponnappa and N. Siki Reddy. They have had a mixed start to this tournament, I will say, because they lost that first Group B match against Spain, surprisingly, against Clara Azurmendi and Beatrice Corrales. And they will be looking to right that wrong in this matchup against Thailand. They did not play against Scotland, giving a break and letting the younger players come through. But this one's an important one as India and Thailand battle to take top spot in Group B.
And red, sorry. And black for you?
And the coin toss
It's red.
between the umpire, between the girls. and then deciding who's going to serve and who's going to receive. And it's the 5th meeting between these two. The head-to-head is skewed towards the Thai. They've won all 4 of their previous meetings and will be looking to make it 5 in a row in this match at the Yuba Cup. Ronya, it's surprising that they've not won a single matchup against the Thai pair, the Indians.
Yeah, after 4 meets, they have had some close games. I think one was a 3-setter, and the last 2 meets, they've been tight first sets. But yeah, they have struggled to really, take advantage of the many times that they've played and, gain from their experience to win one of them. But, this Thai pair is super strong. They're ranked 8 in the world, so definitely a tough task.
Yeah, they've gone up as high as 6. So, these are some of the world's best players that we're about to see play on court 2, both 28 years of age. Ravinda Prajongjai there, born in the capital, Bangkok, Thailand. Ashwini Ponnappa, now she is been a stalwart in the Indian lineup. She has been playing for India for quite some time. She's been part of the Yuba Cup setup from 2010, in fact. So, she knows a thing or two about playing on these big stages. 32 years old and partnering with N. Sikki Reddy. Of course, her most famous partnership was with Jwala Gutta not so long ago, but 28-year-old N. Sikki Reddy, her current partner, born in Kodad, India. They're ranked 28th in the world, and she ranked 17th with Ashwini Ponnappa, so they broke into the top 20, but they haven't really won a title on tour, which is probably why they haven't done better than top 20. The umpire for this match is Henrik Boas of Denmark, and he will be joined by Robertson Martins of Belgium is the service judge. So, very interesting matchup coming here. We do expect, even if the head-to-head is skewed towards the Thai, we do expect very, very close games in this one, don't we?
Ready to play.
Yeah, they've had some great matches in the past, so I think it'll be a good show today. I'm looking forward to it.
And Ponnappa and Reddy, of course, will be looking to make it a 1-all scoreline in the tie, with Chochuwang having already given Thailand the lead. Because India's lineup does get younger and less experienced after this, so they really do need to set the tone for the team in this match.
Being the older, more experienced players in the team, Ashwini and Sikki, they do need to show, how to approach matches like this, even when they are the lower ranked pair, and, be those role models for the younger girls in their team to show them how high performance badminton is, approached.
They've met in the Sudirman Cup a couple of weeks back, which was in the group stages as well, with Prajongjai and Kititharakul winning 23-21 in that first game, and then 21-8 in the second. That was the most recent match between these two. They played also at the Orleans Masters earlier this year, with the Thai pair winning 21-18, 21-9. So this first game, from the sounds of it,
On my right,
is going to be
India,
crucial
represented by Reddy
for
Sikki
both pairs.
and Ashwini Ponnappa. And on my left, Thailand,
And
represented
India
by
will
Ravinda
serve
Prajongjai, Jungle
to
Bhatt,
get this match going.
Kititharakul. India to serve, Reddy and Sikki to Jungle Bhatt, Kititharakul. Love all. Play.
And again, India have another left-hander here in Sikki Reddy, and she has that unique forehand serve. So double unique that she's left-handed and also does the forehand serve, so a bit tricky to return. Most players not really used to having that serve come towards them.
It was too high,
Position where she can see
she
it.
said. The service judge called the serve too high, so there is
I know, but she's
a conversation.
Serve.
Surprised, Siki Reddy.
1-0.
It's 1-1 now. It's a lovely net shot from Siki Reddy.
And that's where they do win a lot of their points, with Ashwini in the rear court smashing down that line and players just driving back into Siki's forehand because she's left-handed. That's what they like to set it up for, her finishing it at the net on that forehand side.
And this time it was the ties who win the net point. Kititharakul with a downward smash. Ashwini Ponnappa is, of course, had a very impressive career. First with Juala Gutta being the most successful, her partnership. But, you know, she's just, it's amazing how she's maintained her level still and, you know, still plays at the highest of levels.
Yeah, I mean, she's still just so fit and strong and her smashes are just as powerful, so there's no reason why she shouldn't keep playing when she can still compete at such a high level. Nice placement there by Jonggolfan with the smash across the body of Siki Reddy, forcing her to change to that forehand grip. Hit that loose shot at the net for a winder to follow up on.
Siki Reddy's got her knee strapped, her right knee. You think that's a concern or maybe just a cautionary measure?
I feel like she usually plays with that, so maybe it's just, you know, an ongoing niggling injury that she has to manage. Hopefully nothing major.
Yeah, I remember Sayaka Hirota's strapping at the Olympics, and that definitely looked...
Yes.
She was so brave to play through the Olympics with that injury.
I believe she played with a torn ACL, so the brace is super necessary in that instance when she's trying to still compete in the Olympics with a torn ACL, so the brace offering a lot of support.
A little bit of miscommunication there with both the players going for the shot. And so it's 7-3 now for Kititharakul and Prajongjai. It's just perfect shot placement there. Oh, that was going wide. It was good that she left it. A 6-point gap for Thailand now. Prajongjai doing really well with the attack there. Just again, attacking at the net. Team Thailand just playing it perfectly. And they're now 1 point away from having the lead at the mid-game break. And that was just in, just touched the line.
4-10.
And the second time of asking, and Siki Reddy gets the point for India.
4-10.
Good pressure from Jungle Fan there.
And so Thailand have taken an 11-4 lead in this first game at the mid-game break in 7 minutes. They'll be really happy with how they've gone so far, playing some aggressive badminton and not giving their opponents much of an opportunity. You see that the Thai pairing are moving a lot faster, and they're just switching things around a lot quicker.
That little bit more stable in the rally as well, able to get out of the fast and hard stuff and reset the rally, whereas that's where some of the errors are coming from the Indian pair.
11. Play.
That's a costly mistake there for Team India. I think it's 12-4 now. An 8-point gap. Ponnappa smash finding the net.
13.
But just not getting the shots in at the moment, India.
They don't seem that sharp here at the start. And they actually did have that 3-set loss against Spain, the Indian pair, so that might have shaken their confidence a little bit. Not performing kind of as expected against a scratch pair from Spain in an earlier round. So maybe feeling a little bit of pressure to try and, redeem themselves here. Oh, that was superb. The touch there from Jungle Fan is amazing. She can just take the pace out of the net at will and just play the tightest shots. That was perfect.
And unfortunately, that's another shot gone wide. So it's a 10-point gap for Team India to try and claw back. 15-5 now in this first game. She's looking for the lines there.
Though that shot from Siki did cause the error, it'd be good to see her trying to jump the net a little bit and them trying to put a bit more pressure on the front court.
Service over. 16-6.
She left it at the end, Siki Reddy, which proved costly. That is good power from Ashwini. That's a good rally. Well, the pressure was on.
7-16.
And Prajongjai just missing her forehand, hitting it. 16-6, 16-7 now.
And that's the kind of things that you can do with a forehand serve that you can't always do with a backhand serve. Just able to hit that shot from out wide a little more with the reach that she has. Just get it landing perfectly in that corner.
That was in.
Ashwini Ponnappa challenges.
That's
in.
Ashwini Ponnappa has decided to challenge that call. It would be a very narrow margin. And that was well in. Found the
Challenge
lines.
unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
And so it's 17-8 now for Kititharakul Prajongjai. They are very quickly moving towards closing this game off.
That was a beautiful cross block from Jonggolfan there. And that's really one of the differences in the game right now, is that they're able to counter off defense and make the Indians keep guessing on what's going to come back. They're stepping forward in their counters and able to use their skill like that. Oh, nearly getting it back off the floor.
And she put all her might in that one. Ashwini Ponnappa just hammered it down. Yes, she's trying to pep her partner up. And Siki Reddy. They certainly need to do something here. And it's a 8-point game now between the two. The Indians doing well to climb a few points back. That's another good rally. Doing well to stay in this point, the Indians. It's good rotation between the two. And the error comes off the tie racket in the end there. So it's 11-18. Just see.
Catching the tape there. Rwanda did well to get it back to keep the tie pair in the rally.
So India will serve and look to narrow the gap further. They've really done well to claw back 3 points in succession. Oh, she left it.
There's a nice change of pace by Siki there, coming forward with the pressure, just couldn't cover the next shot.
And so now it's 2 points that Thailand are away from to seal this first game. They've had a comfortable cushion all this while.
Good return there from Ashwini just into the mid-court where it can get a little bit confusing whether the front person will take it or the back person.
Good rally. They seem to be targeting a little bit the player at the back court.
13-19.
There's really a mini comeback of sorts here from Team India. They were in single figures not so long ago. That's a 32 shot rally there.
Starting to find their groove. There were just those few random errors at the start of the set, but they're really feeling good now, it seems, which will lead them well into the second game.
I was right at her and she couldn't manage it, and Siki Reddy. And so it's game point for Thailand's Jongkopan Kititharakul and Ravindra Prajongjai. 7 game points in hand. That looked like it was going out, but Prajongjai played it back. Again.
Oh, Ashwini really taking a chance there and stepping in on Jongkopan's smash.
And so that's 1 game point saved. 6 to go. And it is hot conditions, warm conditions, I'd say, inside the arena, contrasting the cold weather outside. So the players certainly having to use all their energy. That was out. The line judge called it out, but Thailand will challenge.
It's a good time to use a challenge here for the Thai pair, just to try and break this momentum that India has going on, recompose themselves and really get that next point that they need.
Yes, because remember they were 18-8 at one point, so, and that is out. So it was an unsuccessful challenge.
1 challenge remaining.
And that's another game point saved by Team India.
15-20.
It's just a 5-point game now. Thailand need to try and close this off quickly. Ashwini doing really well from the back, and then Siki Reddy stepping in right at the end there. And that's 3 game points that they've saved.
Thailand just need to try something here just to get that one final point.
Good reflexes from Ashwini there. Oh, that was in.
It's been called
It's
out.
been called out, but that looked in. This is me again.
Might be a good thing you're a commentator, not a player, having to.
I know, imagine I
make
ran out
these
of
calls.
challenges
Yeah.
very quickly. Oh, that looked in though. But yeah, a good challenge to make. Well, it was out. I was wrong. The line judge was right. I'm glad that they're making the decisions out there. And so with that, Thailand win the first game 21-16. See, she was as confident as I was. But yes, it is a 5-point lead that they had, and they converted in this first game, 21-16. In 20 minutes, a mini comeback from India will make them feel good going into the second game, because there's plenty of work to do trying to level this match.
Yeah, after that slow start, India really found their stride with Ashwini, hammering down those smashes and then able to finish up at the net. A few more errors creeping into Team Thailand. So Thailand will, have to really wake up now and try and get a good start in this first half of the second game, because they weren't coming off the better pair in the end of that previous game. They came better off overall in the whole game, but those last few points they were losing more than they were winning against the Indian pair.
Yep, they lost 3 game points. They were 2014. And they lost 3 game points in 2013. So the Indian pair did mount a challenge towards the end of that first game, and we'll be looking to build on that. They have to try and keep the pressure on now on the Thai pair as we start the second game in this Group B Yuba Cup fixture. Jungkookpan Kititharakul to serve. Starting off with a good rally here. Oh, lovely net play from Nsiki Reddy.
And both Ashwini and Siki do compete in the mixed doubles as well. Ashwini ranked 22 in the world in her mixed doubles, so they both are quite confident around the net.
They are the Commonwealth Games bronze medalists, these two. They won it in 2018.
They beat me in that match. they won the bronze medal from me.
I was hoping you would bring that in.
I
didn't want to rub it in.
It's a scarring memory.
But then, unfortunately in sports, someone has to win and someone has to lose, right? So
Ashwini breaking a string in that rally, needing to change a racket. Good start here for the Indian pair, really taking that momentum from the first set into this game now.
Too high. Ready? No.
second time. She is really having words with the umpire about the service. And the second time.
The new rule really makes it objective. It's just purely based on the contact point. When she hits the shuttle, it's got to be below that line. So it has nothing to do with the lowest rib and the waistline anymore. It's just the contact point just needs to be below that line. And there's also the new rule where you don't go to the service judge to, discuss it. You go to the umpire. who pretty much just says that's the rule and they called it a fault. So it's often not worth arguing about.
We're not going to have the umpire question the service judge, surely, in these situations. So, unless it was a very obvious mistake, of course.
I think if it gets to a certain point, you might be able to ask to change the service judge, but that really happens. Well worked rally by the Indian pair there, really stretching out Rawinda, and then good placement of the smash by Ashwini. Nice counter there by Siki.
They're doing well to keep the pressure on the ties, Ponnappa and Reddy. They've certainly gained some confidence and momentum from that second half surge that they had in the first game. You can see the fist bumps now coming out more often. 6-3 they lead in this second game. That's out.
Service over. 4-6.
Still very much in this match with the Indians leading. They'll need to win this one and push for the decider, of course, but there is very little separating the two pairs at the moment.
So Thailand really need to focus these next few points, try to keep around 2 points to the Indian pair and hopefully gain on them.
She took it too late, Ponnappa. And there you have the Thailand cheer squad. Ratchanok giving a wave to the cameras. We are certainly happy to see her back here on the court smiling. And so they have leveled the score lines in the second game, 6-all. Prajongjai won there, having a giggle, loving the Thai performance. But just need to tidy things up a little bit right now, Thailand, don't they? Just reduce the errors, which will then maybe bring more confidence in their shot making. It's probably colder down in the stands than it is up here in the commentary box. It's all smiles, Ratchanok, having a hot drink.
Be a bit of a temperature change, I'm sure, from Thailand to 5-degree Aarhus.
Yes, and you do feel it, especially in the first couple of days. The Thai team enjoying the camera on them. It smiles all around. Good play from both pairs. Again, really nice shot from Prajongjai there with the net kill. She set it up really well as well.
Jungle fans, stop drop shot, making Ashwini dive for the shuttle after it clipped the net.
It's a 34-shot rally. It's the longest rally so far. But it was good setup and play from the Thai pair. And they're 9-7 up now in this second game after trailing for some time. Oh, beautiful net shot there from Sikki Reddy.
That's what she is really good at, taking the pace out of those shots. She has the touch and the soft hands to be able to really take the pace out and just drop it just over the net.
Ashwini running forward. Maybe it was again something that she should have left to Sikki Reddy there to do. There's a lot of ground to cover. So it's 10-8 now to Kititharakul and Prajongjai. They're just a point away from having the lead at the mid-game break. And so with that error from Ashwini's racket, Thailand secure the 11-8 lead at this second game mid-interval. They will be happy with having the lead after a fairly slow start, or I mean nothing to take away from the Indians. The Indians started well and the Thais just held their nerve. And now up 11-8 at the break, looking to wrap this up in 2 straight games, having already taken the first game 21-16. Thai coach there asked to return to his chair when the umpire calls the 20-second mark. And so, Ravindra Prajongjai will serve at the restart of this second game.
Nice work at the net there by Sikki, putting the pressure on, and then again just those soft hands, able to play it right in front of the service line.
Again, another good rally between the two pairs. And some hard hitting from the back from Thailand. Oh. Good reaction from Sikki.
Not good enough on that last one. Good placement of the smashes from Jungle Fan. Just catching her off guard then at her left shoulder.
That's 12-9. The 3-point lead that the Thais have still. Oh, that was some miscommunication there between the two girls. They went for the shot together, clash of rackets a little bit. There we go. You feel like they're a little bit shaken in this second game. Oh, it would have been a thing of beauty.
Called in, but Thailand challenging it.
If it's in, that would be an amazing shot from Jungkookpan Kititharakul. But it's out.
Correction, out.
So there's a point for Team India. And it's a 1-point game now. India trailing 11-12.
Nice sharpness from Rawinda there. Being aggressive on that return, following up nicely.
Proving to be a gritty game between the two. Oh, beautiful net play from Prajongjai. A lot more confident shot making, and you can see the smile at the end of it. And the 3-point lead re-established by the Thais.
Attacking play from the Indian pair.
Ashwini Ponnappa, of course, has been in these situations multiple times where she's had to fight back, claw back. And the experience, her experience, will certainly prove valuable here to try and get her team back on. They're challenging that. It was called in, looked in, but what do I know? But yeah, you know, Ponnappa, with her partnership with Gutta, Jwala Gutta as well, you know, knows what it takes to stage these comebacks, as hard as they may look.
Yeah, I'm sure she's had all too many of them over her career.
And that was in, so the challenge was unsuccessful for the Indians.
One challenge remaining.
And it's 15-12 now
Service over.
for Team India.
15.
They're trailing by 3 points.
Play. Sweeney.
Get the umpire asking Ashwini to get ready quickly. And that, unfortunately, did not go as per plan for India. But again, good hitting from Thailand. They're just keeping it simple at the moment. Just trying to get their shots in. Very strong from the back, Prajongjai there. And they really now opened up an important 5-point lead here in the second game. It's crucial points, the next couple of them. India need to try and find their way back. But it seems like a tough ask at the moment.
Nice flick there from Jonglefan setting up for the short clear shot. That Rawinda then just barreled down the line.
And so Thailand are 3 points away.
And Ashwini is getting a yellow card for taking too long, I believe, in between points.
He did warn her a couple of times to get ready faster.
It would be good to see something objective like what tennis now has, like a countdown timer in between points, so there isn't really this obscurity about how long you can take and how long you have to discuss with your partner about what you're going to do, that kind of thing.
It was a terrific smash from Jonglefan Kititharakul from the front of the court, and it's a 19-12 lead for Thailand.
Jonglefan doing well to keep that in play. Having a bit of a laugh. She was pretty much off the court for a few shots there.
And so Thailand 2012 on match point. They've got 8 of them to try and seal victory in straight games. That was great deception from Jonglefan Kititharakul right at the end there, as Thailand seal the match 21-16, 21-12. This lovely play to end it. 41 minutes is what it took for Kititharakul and Prajongjai to clinch victory and put Thailand 2-0 up in this Group B fixture in the Yuba Cup. We'll be really happy with how they came through in the end there, because it was not the most convincing of performances from the Thai women's doubles.
Slightly stop-start, but they got there in the end and held their nerve well. Now a tough ask is up ahead for the second women's singles from India to try and keep India in the mix.
This is the players' walk of court. They'll be feeling good about their chances to finish on top of the group now with a 2-0 lead. And the second of the women's singles will determine whether they do it in the first 3 matches or it takes them a bit longer. Ponnappa and Chaiwan have been given a break today, but there's the match point, and just lovely deception at the end there from Jonglefan Kititharakul from the back of the court. Reddy got to it, but didn't have enough in her return. And so with that, it is game over for Team India in this women's doubles. They will now have the women's singles to try and bring themselves back in this tie. Just a traditional Thai way of getting off the court. Busanan Ongbam Rungpan taking on Aditi Bhatt in the second of the women's singles that's coming up on court 2. from Aarhus, and that is the beautiful clock tower, which is part of the Aarhus Town Hall, designed by the famous Danish architect Arne Jacobsen, and it really centers the city, welcoming one and all to Denmark's second largest city. We are hosting the TotalEnergies BWF Thomas and Uber Cups for the first time in Denmark, and on court 2 today at the Ceres Arena we are witnessing Uber Cup Group B action between Thailand and India. We're into the third match of the day, women's singles, second one between Busanan Ongbam Rungpan and of course Aditi Bhatt of India. The youngster will be trying her level best to challenge and get India back in this tie. They're currently trailing 2-0 and they are about to walk on court.